Right, so the moment everybody's been waiting for. We have found the origin of that disconcerting rattle that was stopping us from flying. Anyway, the solution is coming up. So, this is my thinking. I think we should take this exhaust off so that we can work with it back. You can see you bring it in there. And we've got to be able, I hope we don't have to pull this engine to actually get in there to put the O-ring on that start. I hope we can get it far enough out. And then have to take some strict plastic still move it out to get the O-ring in there.
Yeah, I drove that motor yesterday from 7:30 till 3 o'clock.
Tell you, we have to do the tractor.
Oh no,
that's just slow.
Taking its train. Put the shortest way.
Okay, so if I pull that one down, that out the way.
Have you shaken that thing?
Nick,
Yeah.
you want to take these
So-
off, where does the O-ring go?
Behind, between,
Yeah.
yeah.
How much space is it? Plenty
Do you
space.
think we'll do it? Huh?
We
We can
try.
try. If we can't, then we'll. Okay.
I've got a big small
How's it? Happening? I hope so. After reading the fucking manual.
Oh no, what happened?
I told you about the
Same.
I told you about in the manual it says you must have an O-ring and you must have a millimeter gap between the starter motor and the housing. And I just went, let's start it. Like in case it fucking falls out and flies. So they reckon what happens is they reckon that when it's tight against this housing, the engine vibration causes the starter motor to vibrate to hang off the back and it can crack these housings. So thinking about it, that vibration could potentially cause this to start working out in contact with the engine. And maybe that's what happens. It only happens at full RPM. So, and that's that thing because it's smacking it back against the. So look, it's worth a try. Put the O-ring back in, make sure the gap is correct. And no, that's why we're doing it this way.
Okay.
I went to the guy.
Yeah, I need to do a mod on the backer so you can get inside and pull it out.
Problem is the wires aren't long enough to disconnect them.
Well, do you know when you get a twitch
Yeah.
from a worm to a freaking snake?
Yeah.
So it's doable.
You need to do a screwdriver.
You got a big flat screwdriver.
No, that's exactly what I'm looking for. All right. I'm not I'll hold it in there.
They were around the whole thing. Yeah,
Perfect. Okay, so let's pull that forward so it doesn't come off.
Doesn't have a torque setting on it.
No, they're all,
Pity, eh?
these holes in here, in the casing, are much bigger than the bolts. You remember, no, there wasn't O-rings on them. And then there's a whole stack of O-rings on the bolts that go inside and take up the gap. So it's floating on these O-rings. So it wouldn't be a torque setting. All you'll be doing is keep compressing them. Yeah. They just say maintain a millimeter gap. You see
Where
how
is the
close
millimeter gap?
between the two houses?
These two.
Yeah.
And when you look at that, that's more than a mil. From what? Are you talking about this gap here?
I think it must be that gap there, yeah.
Because if you look from here,
Yeah,
you can see
really.
2 mils gap.
Yeah, yeah, same one. I don't think we could help it.
So listen, if you do a run up on the ground, does it rattle? Or is it only when you have full power?
Only full, well, it was, but I think it was starting to get into the exhaust. So now that I've tensioned the exhaust now, I think it's only basically at full power on roll.
Well, yeah, it's up to you.
Well, to take the starter out is putting it.
Yeah.
And then it's to get another spring.
You can try this first.
Which the spring is not going to be a big deal. I can go to
It's big enough.
spring right. We managed to make it flat. Right. But this is the noise, dude. Okay? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, like a ding.
Yeah.
So it's rattling against the ring gear.
Yeah.
Fetch, eh? Can you do it in place?
Well, we managed to put the O-ring in and it's everything in place.
And what gives it the 1 mil space?
There's an O-ring between the two faces, which I left out. So I'm hoping that's going to sort that rattle out now. Otherwise, we'll have to take the starter motor off again and go and put a stronger spring in.
Joys of flying. It's fun. Eh?
When you fly.
Well, you want to swing it and I'll sit here and what?
Yeah. Just stand by there.
Do a full power runner.
Yeah.
Where does this live? Yeah.
No, it actually goes in my box here because that's my counting screwdriver.
Everything looks good. My altitudes are good. And I think we just fixed the rattle. Woohoo! Airfield, Echo Papa Kilo, final approach 04. Compromise Airfield, Alpha Echo left downwind, runway 04. Brakes, undercarriage, mags, master, mixture, 1 notch of flaps. 60. Compromise Airfield, Alpha Echo, final approach, runway 04, full stop. Echo Papa Kilo, clear. Compromise Airfield, Alpha Echo, clear at 04.
So there it is. I think it's another lesson in RTFM, and yeah, always look at the manufacturer's documentation. Anyway, so I should have maintained that clearance gap as per the Rotax manual, and I wouldn't have had 3.5 weeks of trying to figure this bloody story out. But it's done, and we're back flying, and I'm glad that we're back flying. And I have to say, big shout out and a huge thanks to everybody who gave of their time to try and figure this out. Noel initially, who helped me with pulling the motor and taking the starter out. Gareth and Steve for their time in the hangar when they were working on their aircraft, giving up some of their time to come over and give me a hand and try and figure out the ins and outs and have a little bit of input. And of course, a big thank you to Shane, who gave up a Saturday morning to come and help me pull the starter motor again and put the O-ring in and get the gap all right and give it a test run and make sure all the clearances were good around everything, so nothing touched and rattled. And thank you guys, huge help. Anyway, we're going to leave with a little bit of a flyby. On one of my test flights, some guys decided that it would be really smart of them to drive onto the runway and then down the runway with the flow of taking off traffic, and I just had to give them a little bit of a buzz to remind them that it's an active airfield. Thumbs up if you liked the video, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you next week.